Now, one or two words about this gospel and about John's gospel. There are 7 signs. We talked about that before. 7 signs in the Gospel of John. 7 miracles, but John calls them signs. When you read the signs and reflect on the signs in the Gospel of John, they are what we call didactic. They're teaching. Now, there are other miracles that you'll read in the other Gospels, and they'll send you off for something, some action. Go forgive, be charitable. But in Gospel of John here, these miracles are meant to be teaching so that we may believe. Finishes his Gospel by saying, there are many other signs, but these are written so that you may believe. So these signs are calling us to a deeper understanding of Jesus Christ. John calls them signs, not miracles. The other Gospels call them miracles. John calls them signs, since they are signs pointing us to Jesus' divinity, the Messianic Jesus, the Son of God. That's what John wants us to learn from the 7 signs. And the 7 signs have extraordinary significance. You might remember the first sign was the wedding feast at Cana, 120 gallons of water made into wine. He doesn't mean us to wonder about 120 gallons. It's meant to indicate the lavish generosity of God. When Jesus does a sign, it's a sign of the lavish love of God. The second one, which we had yesterday, was the royal official who is non-Jewish, and Jesus heals his son. This is the third one. The fourth will be back up in Galilee. He calms the waters. And the fifth will be the miracle of feeding the multitude. And the sixth will be a man born blind in chapter 9. And the seventh will be the greatest miracle of all 4 Gospels, which is the raising of Lazarus from the dead after he was dead for 4 days. Interestingly, the 7th and greatest sign appears only in the Gospel of John, not mentioned in the others, interestingly. So when we look at these signs, they're meant to point us to a deeper understanding of who Jesus Christ is. Jesus Christ is the one who touches us with healing, who lifts up our spirit. Once we connect with Jesus Christ, we are connecting with the living God. That's exactly what John's Gospel is dedicated to Jesus' divinity. There's no weakness in the Johannine Jesus. He says, nobody takes my life. I lay down my life and I take it up again. Nobody takes my life. Powerful Jesus. John's Jesus is very powerful. When he's arrested in the Garden of Gethsemane, he says to the soldiers, who are you seeking? And they say, Jesus of Nazareth. And only John says they fall down before him. So John wants us to understand the power of Jesus Christ. Now, once we follow Jesus Christ, we share in the power of the living God. He's not just a miracle worker now. The sign says he is the Messianic Son of God. So when we go through these 7 signs in the Gospel of John, they are meant to teach us about our need to renew our faith in the true and full identity of Jesus Christ. So if we are to catch the impact of John's Gospel, it means we'll walk this day, just walk this day, in the presence and the power of Jesus Christ. Allow that to transform the day. This is what we call didactic. It's a teaching about Jesus Christ. It's not a call to action. It's a call to a deeper faith, a deeper understanding of who Jesus is. Amen. We pause now for a moment of prayer.